The trending story in science today, or more specifically in astronomy, is the fact that NASA has made an announcement. And the big announcement, the last time they promised an announcement, it was to the effect that they may have, in fact, they had found another star system called the TRAPPIST-1 star system. And on this star system, there were 7 planets, and about 4 of those planets are very much likely to harbor life because they're in the Goldilocks zone, just like the Earth. But because it's a smaller star system, all of the 4 were able, in fact, all the 7 could actually harbor life, but the most likely candidate was, I think it was the D planet. And the D planet would have the same conditions as the Earth. But because those planets are very close together, it means the other 3 planets could also equally be able to harbor life. So what was today's announcement? Well, today's announcement was concerning the fact that there might be life on a moon, and the name of that moon is Enceladus. This announcement was made by NASA. So there is a moon called Enceladus, and this moon is orbiting a planet called Saturn. And Saturn, my very earnest mother just served us noodles. So it's like my very earnest mother. It's the 6th planet from the sun. Okay, it's the 6th planet from the sun. It's supposedly very cold because the Earth is about warm. When we go from the Earth and its mother to Mars, to Jupiter, okay, those planets are very cold because they are further away from the sun. And Mercury, Venus are quite hot, my very honest. So Mercury and Venus are quite hot because they are closer to the sun. So we don't expect life on a planet which is further away from the sun. But the ingredients for life are liquid water. And if there's liquid water, then there's likely to be life. So liquid water has been seen on this planet. And the name of in fact, liquid water has been seen on this. In fact, even on the planet, there are plumes of water or liquid water jets streaming from the surface. But more interestingly is this moon, which is called Enceladus. So this moon is likely to harbor life. So what was significant is that at the end of this month, around the 26th of April, the Cassini probe, which is the probe which has been orbiting around those planets, around Saturn and its moons, Cassini is running out of fuel. Okay, after 20 years of traveling, it's running out of fuel. It's been, for 13 years, it's been around that region of Saturn, but it's now running out of fuel. But before it runs out of fuel, they need to capture as much information as they can about the atmosphere of Saturn itself. Okay, so they're going to destroy it on Saturn. Okay, it's going to carry out 22 orbits as it moves closer and closer to the surface of Saturn. It is going to be passing between 2 of the rings of Saturn. Remember, Saturn is the satellite, the planet with the rings around it. So it's going to be doing that, and then it's going to eventually crash. But before it crashes, it will collect as much information as possible about the chemical composition of the elements in the atmosphere of that planet. Okay, so that's the hot news today. I thought I'll just let you in on this. It's interesting. We've got quite a number of probes which are going around a number of planets and moons, and they are bringing back a variety of information which we can use to find out more about what's going on out there. But one question that people already ask is, so what? Well, we'll find out this and that, then what? But if you look at Earth and the history of the Earth and the rest of the solar system and the rest of the universe, okay, maybe not 5 years from now or 500 years from now, but maybe 1,000,000,000 years from now, humanity might not do very well on this planet. In fact, not even in the solar system. We know that the Earth has about 4 billion, about between 4 and 4.5 billion years left before it runs out of fuel as well. So when it does that, it's going to be very cold in this part of the Milky Way galaxy, in this part of the solar system. So humanity's survival might have to be in another galaxy or in another solar system. So that's why we're trying to find this TRAPPIST-1 solar system. But then people will think, so what? 4.5 billion years from now, so what? We'll long be gone. But yes, we'll long be gone. But there's always some offshoot from these discoveries. One discovery may lead to a benefit which can be commercialized for our immediate benefit. Okay, so there's always that argument that, look, we're spending so much money in space, but we've got hungry people around the world. It's a valid argument, but equally valid is the fact that humanity has to prolong its livelihood, okay, for billions of years to come. Thank you for listening.